Guys, welcome to my channel. This is Talbidi Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find a link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. Now, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So as you guys could tell by the title of this video is going to be about what have people finally figured out about you. So pile number 1, you're going to be the purple teddy. Pile number 2, you're going to be the yellow teddy. And pile number 3, green teddy. So again, pile number 1, purple teddy. Pile number 2, yellow teddy. And pile number 3, green teddy. So pause this video if you must and meditate on the card or the teddy that you feel most drawn to. You'll be able to find your timestamps in the description box below, and I'll see you guys at your pile. Hi Pawan! Welcome to my channel. This is Talbidi Tarot back at you again with another video. So my pile number 1, you picked the purple teddy, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So my pile number 1, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, people finally figured out that you are someone who's extremely passionate in everything that you do. You go hard, okay? You don't do anything halfway, okay? When you do something, you are full blast, full on, okay? You're passionate, you are driven, okay? You're fiery when you do something, okay? With the Ace of Wands. And people finally figured out like that you're someone who's extremely creative, okay, imaginative. I'm getting like somebody may have like stolen your style or something that you've done, and this person's trying to copy it, but they can't do it quite like you, okay? So what have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, that you are someone who is a visionary, somebody who is bold. You're gonna get things going, okay? You're gonna get things moving. You're gonna take charge of your life. You're not the type of person that's gonna sit on the sideline and allow life to pass you by, okay? You're going to take initiative and you're going to go after your dreams. You're going to go after your goals with the 3 of Wands, okay? And you're going to take initiative, okay? You're not somebody who just like wait for things to happen to you. Make things happen, okay? So what have people finally figured out? That you are extremely capable with the 2 of Pentacles. There could have been like a group of people that underestimated your ability to bounce back from adversity or bounce back from a period of your life where things were a little bit rocky for you, but you're very skilled and competent here, okay? So what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? We have the 9 of Swords. They finally figured out that you are someone who may battle anxiety or like any like mental, not necessarily mental health issues, but it could be mental health issues, but you could be battling certain things behind the scene, but you don't let these things define you, or you don't let these things take over. You might be somebody who may be very vocal about your mental health. Maybe you have a channel that promotes mental health awareness, or maybe you're very honest with how you feel, but you don't let that dictate like your life, or be the driving force of your decisions in life. With the Nine of Swords, you are someone who has the capability of handling yourself very maturely. So what have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, people finally figured out that you are someone who had to get yourself out of the trenches on your own. You didn't really get the support. Like, even your family never really had your back. And now your family is like saying, "Oh, we always knew that you're going to make it. And we always knew that you're going to be successful." But then when you were going through all like hot waters, they were not there for you. When you were going through it, they were not there for you. Okay? So they finally figured out that you are someone who had to go at it alone for a long period of time. Like, especially if you are someone who has a lot of responsibilities, such as like children, or maybe you have some sort of like physical limitation or disability, and then you didn't really get the support that you were supposed to get, and you were able to overcome that. Okay, so what people have finally figured out, we have the King of Wands. What they finally figured out about you is that you're not faking the funk. With the King of Wands, you are really confident in who you are, your capabilities. Okay, with the King of Wands, you're bold. You're someone who's gonna go, like, you're a goal getter. I'm like a go getter. Okay, with the King of Wands, you're confident in your capabilities, and this is something that people are finally figuring out about you. We have the Four of Pentacles. What people are finally figuring out about you is that you're not like a snob, or like someone who thinks you're better than others. You just have strong boundaries here, because you've been let down, you've been disappointed, you've been like hurt more than once. Now your guards is up again, like around people. Like, you want people to really earn a spot in your life. Then they can't just walk in and expect to have a seat at your table. Okay, people finally figure that out about you, that you're very selective with who you allow in your space, who you determine could be a good fit for you, whether it's like business, friend, family, lover. Like, you're very selective. Okay, so what have people finally figured out about you? We have the Seven of Cups. People finally figured out that you're someone there's multiple layers to you. Okay, and you have multiple capabilities. Like, you have a lot of options, a lot of like pathway that you could choose from. Okay, you have so much potential with the Seven of Cups. People are finally figuring that out about you, because you're kind of like slow to make a decision, because you have so many avenues that you could choose from, that when you make a choice, you want to make the right decision based on the current goals that you're trying to accomplish. You're not somebody who likes to switch up all the time, like switch goals every 2 seconds. You stick to one goal until you bring it to fruition, and then you move to the next phase. Okay, you are like the type of person that works in phases. Okay, like a project. Like, you don't do everything all at once, and you don't do it fast. Okay, you like to take your time. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, like, you like to plan things ahead with the Two of Wands. Like, you're not impulsive with your decisions. You look for a further in life. Like, when you make a decision, it's like you're far-sighted. So you could be a Sagittarius here, don't have to be, but you're someone who's far-sighted. Maybe you're Sagittarius moon. So you think about like the next step, how far you're trying to go, and then you reverse engineer it. So then you figure out like, what do you need to do right now in order to get you closer to that goal that you're trying to accomplish. That's the way that you think, and people have finally figured that out about you. You're not impulsive. What have people finally figured out about you? We have the Knight of Wands. That you're adventurous, that you're bold. Okay, you take calculative risk, because with the Two of Wands, you plan things ahead. You don't just jump in. But once you do make a decision, you forge ahead with the Three of Wands, and you stick with it. Okay, you're not just impulsive, or you don't make a decision and then you change your mind after 2 days. Like, no, if you made up your mind about, I want to accomplish this goal, you're going to figure out a way to accomplish it. You're the type of person that once you make up your mind about it, you're not really too strict about the pathway, like how to get there, but the goal doesn't change. If you have to pivot, if you have to switch gears, you will do that. What have people finally realized about you? Wow, the lovers. You could be a Gemini here. You're extremely adaptable. Your values are in alignment. Somebody may have figured out that you were the person that they should have chosen in love. Maybe they had a choice between you and someone else and they chose the other person because they thought they were better. And now they're realizing like you were actually the person that they should have chosen, but it's too late. Like I feel like you don't go backwards. Like if you somebody missed a chance with you, it's like you know what I mean? Like it's like nah, I'm good. Like you should have chosen me the first time around. You didn't see my value then. Like it's too late now, okay? But your values are definitely in alignment. People finally figured that out about you. You're somebody who stay true to yourself. You're true to your word. So you're a woman or a man of your word, okay? So what have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, we have the Queen and the King of Wands. Okay, my Panda one. Ooh, you're extremely confident, okay? Your confidence does not come from arrogance. It comes from inner knowing. And that's what people finally figured out about you. You may have people that may have classified you or labeled you as cocky or arrogant, full of herself or himself, but they figured out that no, you really worked so hard to build your confidence to the point where you know what you bring to the table and you're confident with exuding that energy. Okay, some people may not be comfortable with your light, but that's their problem, not yours. What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? Ooh, see the sun card, Leo energy. You could be a Leo. Yes, you're confident. I'm telling you, some people may have thought that you were arrogant or conceited. You thought you're better. But it's just like their insecurities that they were projecting onto you. Okay, what people finally figured out about you is that you're genuine with the sun card. Okay, what they see is what they get. Like you are authentic, you are positive, your self-confidence is genuine. Like you're not pretending to be something that you're not. What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? Just one card. What have people finally figured out? Ooh, we have the Tower. You're unpredictable. You're so many layers to you. People finally figured out that they didn't know you like that. Like they misjudged you. They underestimated you. They're shocked. There's a shocking revelation about you with the Tower that they underestimated you and they didn't really know you like that, especially your family. So, what have people finally figured out about you? Like I'm getting like somebody didn't know that you had it in you to pursue your dreams or to be so consistent or persistent. Maybe some of you left your hometown and you never went back. Like you're persistently making progress in your life, even if it's like slow progress, but you're consistent. What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? Yeah, we have the Ten of Cups, that you're emotionally fulfilled. You're happy. You're genuinely happy. You're not pretending to just for front and just for the gram or social media. You're actually genuinely happy. You build a life that you are proud of. Okay, when you go home at night, you're comfortable in your lair. Okay, like you're not somebody who needs to have approval from others. What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Wow, we have the Star. You are original. You're authentic. You're uniquely yourself. You're not putting on a front. This is what people finally figured out about you. They may have like thought that like how you're presenting yourself was just an image, but no, this is really who you are, even behind the scenes. Okay, so what have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, we have the Ace of Pentacles, that you are extremely competent, and this is something that you cannot fake. You're not faking the funk. Okay, your progress, your results speak for itself. You have a proven track record of like producing quality result. What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? We have the Knight of Swords. You're witty. You're mentally sharp, mentally agile. Okay. What have people finally figured out? Yeah, we have the Moon card, that they don't know you like that. Like what they think they know is just the surface level. They figured out that you are a lot more than what meets the eyes with the moon card, okay? There's a lot of mystery to you. You could be a Pisces, um, Aquarius, Cusper. Some of you could be fixed signs here because we have Scorpio, we have Leo, and then now we have Aquarius as well. So, what have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Ooh, we have the Six of Pentacles. You're extremely generous, and your generosity does not come at a price. Like, you is not transactional. Some people may have thought it was transactional, or the people that are transactional in their like interactions with others, they figured out that like you are genuine. When you give out of the goodness of your heart, not because you expect something in return. And somebody is kind of shook because they thought that by you doing something for them, like you were going to hang it over their head, and you didn't do that. What have people finally figured out about you? Wow, Ten of Cups again. Emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment. This is one thing that you desire most, okay? Like peaceful home. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, you're somebody who walks to the beat of your own drums, okay? You're not a follower, you are a leader. With the Fool card, you're eccentric, okay? You take calculative risks here. You're not somebody who fakes the funk, okay? So what have people finally figured out? We have the Hangman, Pisces energy again. So we have Pisces twice. So with the Hangman, you are someone who brings in a fresh new perspective. You think outside the box. You're extremely creative here. What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, we have the Queen of Wands again. That you're bold, that you're confident, you're self assured, and it's not a front. I keep getting like somebody really thought that you were faking it when you were confident in your capabilities, when you were speaking with conviction, when you were trailblazing, like when you were forging ahead. Like this person really thought that you were going to fizzle out, or that you were going to be like just a fluke. Like they didn't think that your confidence in your capability and your endurance was real. They thought it was just like for the moment. What have people finally figured out about you? Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm not even surprised that the Eight of Pentacles came out for you, my pal number one. They finally figured out that you have amazing work ethics. You're dedicated. This is the craftsmanship card. You're not someone who will just do something once and it's like a fluke that you did it well. No, you have the capability to be consistent. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. You're extremely valuable and you know your worth. Okay, you could be a perfectionist here as well, but this is something that somebody finally figured out about you, that yo, you're really that guy. Like you're gonna put in the work. With the Eight of Pentacles, you're willing to put in the work and you're dedicated to putting the work every single day. Okay? You're not lacking. All right. So that's all I have for you, my pal number one. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number one. Bye. Hi, pal two. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot by Kachu again with another video. So, my pal number two, you picked the yellow teddy, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So, my pal number two, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Okay. Ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles. Your reputation definitely precedes you. You are a woman or a man of your word with the Three of Pentacles. You're someone who has so much potential for greatness, and you're just getting started. You're just getting started. Okay, doesn't matter how old you are, you're just getting started. Okay, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please. Ooh, okay, you're wise beyond your years. You have a lot of experience. You're extremely knowledgeable. You could be well traveled here because Sagittarius, they love long distance traveling. Okay, they are the explorer of the zodiac. They like to explore different culture, learn, okay, like higher learning. That's what Sagittarius like higher learning, okay? So you're somebody. I'm also getting like maybe you've graduated with honors, maybe you have a lot of like experience in a specific sphere, like a specific niche, okay, you've mastered it. You're wise beyond your years. This is something that people finally figured out about you. Like maybe you don't really talk about what you know like that, but the people that finally figured it out, like you know more than you let on. Okay, with the Temperance card, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're a lifelong student. Okay, you're always learning, you're always improving with the Page of Pentacles. You're somebody who loves to absorb knowledge. You're the type of person that likes to go to conferences, workshops. You may take on courses to improve yourself. There's continuous learning, like something about you that's continuous learning, okay? Long term, like learning. I keep getting like you love to learn, you love to absorb knowledge from different people, different culture, different practices, okay? And once you immerse yourself in the knowledge, in the teaching, like you go deep, like you don't just do surface level, okay? And people finally figured that out about you, okay? So, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, you're extremely capable with the Two of Pentacles. You have multiple skill sets and talent. You're versatile here. Yeah, you could do so many things very well. Some of you could be like fashion designers as well as musician and like I'm gonna like athletes. Like there's so many things you could do. Very creative too, because fire signs are extremely creative, okay? And I feel like every sign has their own way of being creative. It's just depending on the element. But I'm gonna like you, it's really like fashion, beauty. I'm also getting aesthetics. Okay, some of you could be makeup artists as well as like hairstylists, like musician. I'm like heavy on musicians. Some a lot of you like could be musicians here. Okay, you play the piano, you play the trumpet, the clarinet. I'm getting like some of you could play the bass. Okay, the bass, the drums. Okay, so what have people finally figured out about you? We have the Four of Cups. They finally figured out that you're somebody who, you know, when you keep to yourself, is not that you are disinterested. You don't take on more than you could handle. Some people may have thought that you were emotionally unavailable or emotionally disinterested, but it's just like you are someone who needs time to recharge. You're not the type of person that could recharge amongst others, okay? You need to go home and, you know, spend time with your family or just like spend time with yourself or in nature in order to recharge. What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, and I'm being called to take the Chariot too. You could be a Cancer here. And if you are a Cancer and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay. So with the Ace of Wands, yeah, that creativity is something that people are finally figuring out about you. Like some of them, they didn't know that you were like your mind was this vivid, like your creativity was this potent. I feel like some of you could be composers as well. That's why people are like amazed. That's what I'm like you guys are, some of you are actually like musicians, like a real musician, like not just playing an instrument, but you compose music. That's what I'm getting here with the Ace of Wands. Like you may have like made your own beats. Maybe some of you are beat makers as well. Like with the Cancer energy, I feel like some of you are like really creative. Like you have this, people just finally figured that out about you. Maybe you're a singer and you make your own beats. That's crazy. Like that's like super creative. Like you make your own beats and you could sing. Like you make your beat and you sing. Oh, that's insane. That's like what? That's impressive. Okay. I'm getting that type of energy. People just figured that out about you. Maybe you put out a song or something. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. Okay, like your beats are sick too, you know, like what? Yeah, like you're structured, you're disciplined, you're strong will. People just finally figured that out about you. Maybe you're quiet, more reserved. not necessarily shy, but just more reserved and introspective. And people may have like felt like you were passive or something because you were not really vocal about what you could do, or who you actually are. And then eventually people maybe hung out with you or something, or they came to your house, or they saw you in your element and they were surprised. What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, we have the Two of Cups. You're someone who has a good balance of feminine and masculine energy. They finally figured out that you're someone who's emotionally sovereign and emotionally intelligent. Maybe you're like somebody was trying to throw shades or trying to run their mouth, talk crap about you, or trying to be disrespectful, and they thought that you weren't catching the shades that they were throwing at you, but you did. But you just didn't dismiss this person because you felt like they were not even relevant for you to even respond. Okay, so what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? We have the Ten of Swords. Ooh, that you're not the one to be played with. You have a cutoff game. Your cutoff game is sharp. You're not, you will end something abruptly. Okay? Somebody thinks that they can come disrespect you, you're gonna cut them off with swiftness. They're gonna F around and find out real quick. What have people finally figured out? Ooh, Six of Wands. You're highly celebrated, you have notoriety. Like I feel like you are someone who is well respected within your community, or your career, your like your job at work, or like you're just well respected, but you're not going to brag about it. You're not the type of person that walks around with their chest, they're beating their chest like King Kong. No, you don't do all of that stuff, okay? You're just very humble, okay? But people finally figured out that you're someone who has a reach, someone who has like who's well connected. I'm telling you, somebody may have like dismissed you or labeled you as passive, and they figured out that you have a reach. You are the plug. You are well connected. You have like social reach or something like that. Maybe your social life for some of you, but you just don't talk about it like that. Okay, with the Six of Wands, you don't talk about it. Somebody just figured that out. What have people finally figured out about you? We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're highly intelligent. You're extremely observant. Somebody thought that, I'm telling you, somebody thought that you were passive because you weren't saying anything when they were doing something to you, or they were saying something to you. You let it slide, but you weren't really letting it slide. You were just allowing this person to hang themselves with their rope. You were just allowing them to run their mouth, and you were just capturing receipts, documenting what was going on, taking mental notes. And somebody's finally figuring out that you may have even graduated with honors with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Some of you could even be professors here. Okay, or you may have won an award with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands can represent something like that, like you're winning an award, you're being, respected, or public recognition, something like that. Somebody's finally figuring out that, yo, this is not just a nobody. This is somebody who's well connected. So, what have people finally figured out about you? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're well connected. I'm telling you. You're the plug. Your reputation definitely precedes you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Some of you, like, you're well connected within your community. You're well connected, like, globally. Depending on, like, the niche that you're in, you are well connected. And somebody's just figuring that out. Like, you are the plug, and this person was, like, maybe dissing, and now they're like, oh, crap. They wish you could take it back, but it's too late. We have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I'm telling you. Some people, what they finally figured out about you is that you're someone that people enjoy being around. You're well respected. People enjoy your company. I keep getting like you're well connected. I keep getting that. You're well connected. What have people finally figured out about you? Woo! The Empress. Empress, creative, beautiful, abundant. Okay, you could be a Taurus or a Libra. You have the maddest touch. Somebody just figured that out. Okay, that everything you touch turn to gold. Like, you might be somebody who is like successful behind the scenes. You know how, like, yes, you have a movie that is successful, but then the producer, the like song, not songwriter, but like obviously songwriters are also very successful, but they're like something about behind the scenes. Okay, maybe this is where you shine, like where you, like the type of job or like career that you have might be behind the scenes. So like the producer, the director, or something like that, you may have like a position of notoriety with the Six of Wands. And then with the Empress, somebody's just figuring out that you're very creative, you're bountiful, you're abundant. Okay, everything you touch turn to gold. And that's why I was saying like something to do with beauty, or you have many creative talents, just like Jamie Foxx. You see how Jamie Foxx is an actor, he's a singer, and he's also a musician, something of that sort. Okay, I'm getting like something like that. Some of somebody's figuring that out, that you are like, you wear multiple hats here. What have people finally figured out about you? We have Four of Pentacles, that you're grounded. Yeah, somebody may have thought that you were like bougie or like a snob, but you're somebody who protects your energy, protects your resources, your assets. Okay. Ooh. Buddy, I feel like somebody effed around and find out with you. With the Five of Swords, somebody's ego is bruised. Somebody figured out that you're not the one to be played with. Like, you know, you're willing to not necessarily throw hands, because it's not the Five of Wands. If it was the Five of Wands, yes, you could definitely throw hands. Maybe you know how to do martial arts with the Five of Wands. But I mean, like with the Five of Swords, it's more like you are witty, okay, with your comebacks. And I feel like you're somebody who chooses your battle wisely. So you don't engage, like you're not entertaining every attempt to suck you into an argument. You don't do that with the Five of Swords. And somebody just figured that out, like you're a lot more smarter than that. You don't do that. Okay, so what have people finally figured out about you? We have the High Priestess, that you're highly intuitive. You could be a Cancer here. Okay, because we have Cancer twice, because we have the Chariot, so you could definitely be a Cancer. Highly intuitive, very receptive. This is what people have finally figured out about you, and that's the reason why you kept quiet about certain things, like you weren't engaging in certain dynamics with others. What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Yeah, you're very skilled and talented with the Magician. You're extremely resourceful. What have people finally figured out about you? We have the Ace of Pentacles. You definitely are the plug. You're extremely competent. You're financially stable. You're extremely abundant. Like your abundance is like overflowing with the Ace of Pentacles. What have people finally figured out? Wow, you're highly respected with the Hierophant. Yes, you are. You are like, but it's like behind the scene. Like the Pope doesn't show up all the time. Like you're not going to see the Pope at every gathering every time, right? Like the Pope is behind the scene, like, and he just makes an appearance sometimes, but he's not always like appearing everywhere, doing everything with everyone. He's not always doing that, but and he's not also as accessible as like a priest, right? So I'm getting like something like that with you, and somebody's finally figuring out that you have some sort of power within your community, or you're well respected within your community. What have people finally figured out? Like you're discerning, you're wise beyond your years with the Judgment card. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, that you're resilient. The Nine of Wands, that you're someone who's went through obstacles and challenges and you came out on top. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, Seven of Wands. Okay, you have strong boundaries here, but they also figured out that you are spiritually protected, or you have some sort of protection, or like people respect you. So let's say somebody's running their mouth about you to others, people like defend you. Okay, with the Seven of Wands, what have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, the Magician is here twice. Yeah, you're very skilled and talented, resourceful, capable. Okay, what have people finally figured out about you? Six of Wands again. I'm telling you, you're getting some sort of respect. You have notoriety. Okay, public recognition. You're well respected. Like somebody is like kind of shook about that. Okay, because of your talent. Something about your talent. It's not a fluke. You're not pretending. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number two. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number two. Bye. Hi, pal three. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. So, my pal number three, you picked the green teddy, and this is going to be your reading, okay? So, my pal number three, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, your worth with the Four of Cups. Somebody's disappointed. Somebody's heartbroken. I'm getting like somebody's upset, or a group of people are upset. They're finally figuring out your worth, but it's too late. Like the value that you brought to the table, they realized like you were the anchor. You were someone that was dependable, reliable, trustworthy, but they fumbled you. Somebody fumbled you. They finally figured out your worth, the value that you brought to the table, the value that you brought to the company, the organization, the institution, the relationship, the friendship, or whatever it is with this person or this group of people. They're upset. What have people? Ace of Wands. Okay, that's too many cards. Just one, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? Wow. While they were playing checkers, you were playing chess. They finally figured out that you've outsmarted them with the Seven of Swords. You're a lot smarter than they gave you credit for. You're extremely strategic. That's what people are finally figuring out about you. Like you were 10 steps ahead of them the whole time. When they thought they were playing you, pulling the wool over your eyes, you know, they were doing abracadabra, magic tricks. Well, while you're the true magician, okay, parlor tricks. They were doing parlor tricks, so you're the true magician, okay? You outsmarted a group of people and they're upset. Yeah, they're finally figuring out that you are someone who cannot be easily swayed or manipulated, that you're a sovereign individual, you're courageous, you're bold, and you're influential. Okay, persuasive, like you have persuasive abilities. Okay, you're extremely you're somebody that people take to you. You shift the energy in the room. People are drawn to your like your essence. Okay, people are just figuring that out, that you were the one calling the shots the whole time. When they thought that they were pulling strings behind the scenes, no, it was you the whole time with the strength card. What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, that you were genuine with the Six of Cups. Like you were really loving. Like, you know, how you were operating, the way that you were conducting yourself, it was genuine. Like you genuinely wanted to get to know these people, or you genuinely wanted to be part of that group, or to provide some sort of contribution, especially if like this is like a workplace situation or friendship. You were genuine, okay? You were true. Like everything that you were doing wasn't because you were trying to get like there was no strings attached to it compared to them. Okay, what have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? Just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? We have, yeah, you're extremely discerning with the Judgment card. You have a lot of wisdom, expertise, and knowledge based on what you've gone through in life. Okay, so the same way that they were assessing you, you were assessing them. That's what they figured out about you. Like you were assessing the situation through, like you were clear-headed when you were assessing the situation. You made a clear judgment, a sound judgment on these people and the whole situation. They know you're not coming back. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, you're more mysterious. They didn't really know you like that. They thought they did. That's why they're bummy with the Four of Cups. They're all bummy now. Okay? Now they're all in their feelings with the Four of Cups, disappointed in themselves, thinking that they knew you, that they could pull the wool over your eyes, they could do, like I said, abracadabra. I keep getting that. Somebody was thinking that they were doing a parlor trick on you, like you were easily swayed or manipulated or fooled or something, okay? But they're realizing with the moon card, like, no, you know more than you let on. You're more mysterious than they give you credit for. Like you were more aware than they give you credit for, okay? What have people finally figured out? What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? We have justice. Okay? You're someone who operates with integrity. Like I said, these people, they were faking it. Okay? You were very strategic in your approach, but you still held with you, like you still operated with integrity when you were doing things. Okay? You were not trying to be deceptive or like, like trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, but you were very strategic in how you were conducting yourself and what you were sharing with others. You were very careful with your words because you know that your words could be used against you, especially in the court of law. They could be used against you, especially with justice card. Okay, so you were fair in your dealings. People are just figuring that out. Okay, what have people finally figured out about you? Woo! Bounce. You're a natural born leader. And with the strength card and justice card, like wow, like you have so much power. It's unreal. And you have what they figured out about you is that your power does not come from your title. It comes from your character. It's who you are as a person. That's why you're so powerful. That's why you're so influential. That's why you have this reach. Is not because of like your title. Some of you don't even have a leadership title, but you just influence people naturally because people respect your judgment. People respect who you are, what you got to say, how you conduct yourself. What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out? We have the world card. You're a lot more accomplished than they give you credit for. You're somebody who is well traveled with the world card. You've traveled to multiple countries. Maybe you speak multiple languages as well. Maybe you're very fluent. Maybe you're fluent in Spanish, Portuguese. Maybe you're fluent in Swahili, which is like a language that a lot of African countries speak. It's like English. You know how English is like a lot of countries speak English? It's like the same thing Swahili. A lot of African countries speak Swahili. Okay? So maybe some of you, maybe you're African or you've been to Africa, and because you speak Swahili, it was easy for you to navigate within Africa because, like I said, a lot of countries they do speak Swahili there. Okay, even though they have different dialects in different countries, different region, but like Swahili is like a language that if you learn it very well, you could navigate Africa. Obviously, you will experience language barrier, but it's a language that if you know it, it's easier for you to travel. What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, okay. You're not afraid to walk away if need be. You're not too attached to an outcome, a situation, a person, a place, or a thing to walk away. You're going to walk away. If it's not in alignment with you, you're going to walk away. Okay. And somebody figured that out the hard way. Okay. They really thought that you needed them more than you actually did. Okay. Yeah. You're Queen of Swords. You're highly intelligent, extremely articulated here with the Queen of Swords. You're mentally sharp, mentally agile. What have people finally figured out? High Priestess, okay? Cancer energy. And if you are a Cancer and it's your birthday today, happy birthday, okay? So with the Cancer energy, you're highly spiritual, very receptive. You have this inner knowing. It's kind of hard to pull the wool over your eyes with the High Priestess. Some of you could have premonitions, or you have like you may have like yeah, I'm getting like premonitions. You have dreams, like certain things come, like your spirit guides speak to you in your dreams, or maybe they send like messengers like through people, maybe through music as well. They send you messages, but you have this inner knowing. Okay, you're too spiritual, too tapped in. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, Temperance card. You're wise beyond your years. Okay, you're extremely knowledgeable. That's what I'm getting here. a lot of wisdom, a lot of expertise. What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. Ooh, Eight of Pentacles. You are meticulous, craftsmanship, okay? A perfectionist here, dedicated. Yes, amazing work ethics. Amazing. Like you, the way that you work is like you're extremely methodical, very precise. Okay, I heard down to the minute. What have people finally figured out about you? What do we have here? Okay, just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out about you? Ooh, we have the Moon card again. Okay, so they figured out that your expertise, your knowledge does not come from traditional education, like your self-taught, okay? A lot of your self-taught, like whatever knowledge or experience or skill set that you have, you're learning on your own. I feel like you were naturally gifted at it, and then you just like learn by yourself. Like you didn't really have a teacher teaching you, okay? What have people finally figured out about you? What have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What do we have? Ooh, we have the Star. You're authentic. You're original. You're the real deal. You're not a gimmick. You're not a front. So whatever they see is what they get. You have this originality to you. You're innovative. I feel like that's maybe that could have been the reason why you weren't really um not necessarily accepted, but I feel like yeah, kind of like accepted within the group, the unit, the community. Like they may have looked at you like you were strange or you were bizarre because you were ahead of your time. That's what it was. Like that's what people finally figured out about you. You were ahead of your time. Now they're finally catching up to something that you were maybe trying to teach them like 3 years ago. You're already onto something else. You're already onto something new. Okay, but you were ahead of your time, and that's why you and these people or this group of people, you weren't clicking with these people because you were too futuristic for them. They couldn't keep up with you. You were too advanced. So what have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, you're very skilled and talented. You are someone who could do multiple things at once. You're not like just one dimensional, and that's what they're figuring out. That's why they felt like they couldn't, like, instead of like trying to understand you, they're trying to demonize you or make you feel like you're weird or you're strange because you weren't doing things like the traditional way. Like, they were not. Yeah, there's an energy of them not being advanced, and then whatever you were trying to teach them like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, they're finally catching up to it now. But it's like whatever you're trying to teach them is like the new thing now or whatever. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's like it's not necessarily new, but it's more popularized now. But then you're already on something else. Like you're already moving 10 step ahead. Like you're already like in the future. Well, they're like in the current present, but you're already like 10 years ahead, okay? And that's why you weren't clicking with these people. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, you're swift, mentally agile, quick, witty. Some of them, they could have been like intimidated by that, okay? So what have people finally figured out? Yeah, like you think outside the box, you think differently. Yeah, like they're more rigid in the way that they do things or their approach. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, Chariot, Cancer energy again. You're structured, you're disciplined, you're progressive. Okay? You're not someone who's going to stay in one place for too long. You're going to move forward. You're going to make things happen. Okay? You're a go-getter. What have people finally figured out? Yeah, they missed out on you. Four of Cups again. They missed out on a chance to learn from you, to grow with you. Okay? Especially learning from you. Okay? What have people finally figured out? Yeah, Three of Wands. You're always like ahead of your time. You're a pioneer. Like you champion something and now they're catching on to it. But you're already 10 step ahead into the future. They can't keep up with you. And instead of like admitting that, they try to demonize you and make you feel bad. What have people finally figured out about you? Yes, you're extremely valuable. Your value is indispensable. Okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, you're extremely competent. Like now, especially if this is like a work related issue, let's say if they are in technology, like technology is always evolving. As we speak, they're probably coming up with a new AI, tool, right? But like if you don't get like with the pace of what's going on with AI, you're going to be left behind. Like especially if you're an organization, a business, like so many big businesses, corporates are using AI. Obviously, you cannot replace human with AI, but there's so many things that AI is going to take over. And if you're not up to speed, you're going to be left behind. And I feel like this organization or this company or this group of people, they're noticing that, oh crap, we should have listened to pile number three, because now we're like trying to catch up, but we can't keep up with the pace of how fast things are moving. And you were the person that was like literally trying to teach them or show them to get up to speed so that way they don't get left behind. But now they're being left behind. They're seeing your value now. Didn't I say at the beginning? They're finally seeing your value. What have people finally figured out about you? Yeah, sun card. Okay, you could be a Leo here. You're extremely confident, you're bold, you're capable. They're finally figuring that out. Maybe they thought you were arrogant because like, what you talked about, like the things that you knew, maybe they felt like inferior because they felt like they should know these things. But it's like, well, if you're not really up to speed to it, like, how are you going to know? Like if you're not really open to learning, it's going to be hard for you to grasp the concept of certain things, right? So what have people finally figured out about you? Just one card, please, Spirit. What have people finally figured out? Just one card. Ooh, the Magician. Master, skilled, talented, resourceful. Like I feel like whatever you've learned about AI or whatever it is that you were learning, you're learning on your own time. You're, like I said, you're self-taught. Nobody was teaching you. You learn on your own. Okay? So that's all I have for you, my pal number three. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number three. Bye.